This is 2020 with
Anderson Cooper.
You actually knew the name.
I don't know if it's 2020, but
Anderson Cooper is a CNN guy. White
it's
hair.
2020.
2020 was Andy Rooney with the frickin' eyebrows that whoosh.
I've never seen that.
Okay.
With him at least.
That just means I'm old.
Yeah, well, what can you do?
Alright, I'm gonna jump in here. Hey, this is Lutro Customs with
Shadow Fox, and my real name's Eric, but most of you might know me as Shadow Fox on OCN forums. Helping out Lutro this week, organizes a brand new shop, so you guys should check it out, lutrocustoms.com.
Nice plug in there. Didn't even have to pay him to do that. Yeah, I did. I paid him to say that. Well, it's funny that he is actually an editor for OCN, which is one of my, well, let's be honest here, that is my home forum. That's where I spend most of my time. That's where I answer most of my questions. But he's not only just an editor, but he is the case mod forum editor. So it's only fitting that I squeezed this in and redid this case review today, right now, with him sitting in the chair right next to me with his camera pointed at me with his can of amp.
Am I the first guy to do a tan?
That sounds terrible. That sounds really bad. But yes, you are the first guest on the Lutro Customs videos.
Alright, so what are we reviewing today?
We have a, let me move my energy drink away from here. We have see? I like NZXT so much that I always say their name, but this is from BitPhoenix. Jackie Lee. Well, see, that does nothing but show. Here we go. Yes. We have a ghost. Jackie Lee is my contact with BitPhoenix, and that's at www.bitphoenix.com. He was nice enough to send me this ghost case, and there's nothing in that box. It's empty, I already took it out. I'm not going to open it up, and I don't really get the unboxing thing. But I did want to tell you why I'm looking at this case, and you're thinking, Lutro, why the heck is this? Has nothing to do with sleeving, why are you looking at a case? Well, when I was browsing their site, I saw the ghost case, and I thought to myself, what a perfect canvas for doing modding on. And you will see when I bring it up onto the table exactly what I mean. It is so subtle that it just screams, put a Dremel to me. And not many things in this world will scream that.
A lot of you might not know, I don't know, most of you know Lutro is the sleeve god, but really, he loves to mod too. He's got a few mod projects in the works, but this new business is taking up his time, so he does love case modding too, don't get him wrong. So, bring it up.
Do I have to pay you for that too? No. Nice, free plugs.
I would take tips though, so.
Oh, take tips, I see. So, you want to take over the camera so we can show everybody this? Obviously the camera angle that we have right now is not going to work, and I'm going to sneeze right now. And you can sure ahead and take it off that tripod, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. How do you? I received no formal training, so.
Dude, it's a little clip underneath of it. It's a little slide clip. Take it off the square. Tripod. Bottom part. Come on now. You're gonna have to edit all this out.
Yeah, well, there we go. Boom.
There we go. You have enough room.
No. Alright.
Right on. So as you can see, I'm not even going to look at a manual. I'm not going to read crud off of a box because you guys can do that yourself. You can go to the site and you can look at it, and anybody can do that. I mean, there's so many unboxings out there that it's sickening, but I just wanted to show a few things on this case that I really like. As you can see, it is an ultimate blank canvas. There is no windows. There is a flat top with a grill. There is a flat front with a nice BitPhoenix emblem. They did have a really cool feature on this though that I did want to show you here really quick before I go deeper. This door is omnidirectional, which means it will open from both sides. That is pretty darn cool in my book. And actually this is the first case that I've ever seen that actually does that. And they also thought of noise because they put acoustic paneling on the inside here. And as you can see, we have a flush center here. It's just, you can do whatever the heck you want with this. It's just perfect for modding. It's blank, it's empty, there's nothing going on. I like the air intake vents that they did here. They're nice and small.
Well, yeah, it's not just straight up and down, it's kind of
it's a smiley
flared as you can see. So.
And it adds a lot to the case itself. They did put a compartment in here for hard drive, and you guys can do a lot of crazy stuff with extra compartments. I mean, this is originally built for, I believe, a 240 radiator, and of course this pops right off. I'm gonna close that here. But you crazy modders, you will. I made a mess of it. This is me. It has a clicking mechanism, and I started pulling. Jackie's gonna be like, dude, it's way easier than that. What the heck are you doing? Yeah, literally, there's two little snapping clips, and I just started yanking it apart like crazy. There is a pre-setup in here for a 240 grill. However, all of us know that all it takes is a simple Dremel. And you have a 360 on the top. But comes water cooling ready. Your radiator goes on the top of this. How awesome is that?
Going with the subtlety, you won't even see your radiator because you can see there's a dip for that. Would the thin radiator fit in here, or is this just fans?
Thin radiator or fans. I think both will fit in here.
So it looks like your H100, the radiator goes up.
Actually, you keep talking, I'm gonna go grab a radiator right next week.
Can I unplug this? Is it a battery?
You can unplug it.
Alright, well. Alright, I'm alone in the review room. So, as you guys can see, both sides, like Lutro said, just blank. There's really nothing on this case. So, any modder, you can do whatever you want. I'm sure we'll see a ton of work logs with this case. And there'll be so many different variations. It's not just one thing you can do with this case. And there you get a clear look of the gap there. I don't have a ruler on hand to measure it, but Lutro's coming in with the radiator now, so. And what radiator is this?
This is a RX 240 from
That's not an RX, is it? RXs are thick.
Oh, you're right. This is the normal
RS.
RS, there we go. So I'm trying to think here. They did make it water cooling ready, however, and Jackie knows I'm gonna be honest. If I see something I don't like, I'm gonna say something. That as much as he set this, ooh, little drippage. Sorry about that. This is a radiator that has seen its end of its days. This was actually the radiator that was in the Catharos mod.
Really?
Let's just go upside down here. This has plenty of room, I want to say, for this to go in here, and unfortunately I can't find a ratchet to bring those off. But it will fit either in there or on top of there. Either way, you know what I'm going to say, I'm just going to call it, I don't think that's going to fit on the top of there. I do think it'll fit inside of the case though.
You can see there's...
And I think the fans will go in this section.
Well, if you Dremel out a little bit of this...
You very well could do that. Again, this is a modder's case. I'm really taking the stance on this whole thing as... If you want to start getting into modding and you want a quality case, and this will annoy the crap out of you. The whole thing is that the way they went about this case was for quietness. So there's going to be tons of acoustic foam everywhere. And so you guys that mod, you're going to have a hard time getting rid of this.
Yeah.
But But, again, this is one of those cases that is built for modding. As I take off the side panels. Let me flip this guy around here. There we go. Now if we look underneath here, we have plenty of room to get a 360 radiator in here. Hopefully this isn't going to drip water everywhere. But we have, yeah, that lines up perfectly. Plenty of room to get a radiator up here too. It's built for a 240 radiator, everything lines up, and the fans are going to go on the top, and I don't even have to go get a fan to test it because I already know it to be true.
Oh yeah.
I just misinterpreted however you wanted to have that set up. However, if you did have a motherboard that went up really high, Dremel out some spots and you're ready to go. And then you will be a modder.
Is that kind of like the Corsairs do the fans on top, right? The Vengeance or the C70s or whatever?
Not sure.
I think it's kind of the same way, I don't know.
Anyway, yep, Dremel this thing out and you're ready to go. I also like the subtlety up here. You know, obviously HD LED, power LED, audio, USB 2, USB 3, power reset. Now, for me, USB 3 is kind of angered me a bit. And the only thing, I mean, I love the speed, don't get me wrong here, but I hate that we have to have blue ports on the front of our computers. And case modders, please don't castrate me, and overclockers, don't be angry with me. But I really wish that they would have stuck with black or gray or something, because they always stand out like a sore thumb to me. But spray paint can handle everything. Quick mod tip. If you taped this off carefully and you spray painted the inside of these and made them black, all you would have to do, you wouldn't even have to tape off the little prong connectors. All you'd have to do is put a USB, an old stick in there a couple times, and it'll actually scrape off the contacts for you. It's really easy to do. And same thing with motherboards and everything else. I think the first person I ever saw do that was Paul Tan.
Dark Knight, he did that.
Yep, out of Rig Newbies. And he is a awesome modder. So if you're going to listen to any advice.
I've seen some threads on that. Is people always asking how you paint your motherboard or the slots on there, and I didn't believe it till I saw Paul Tan did it, and yeah, he literally just sprayed regular old spray paint on there, put the card in and out 20 times or something, and it scrapes it off, and
yeah,
he's
I
used
wouldn't thought it would work either, and he has massive cojones to be able to do that to a brand new bars, or to a brand new motherboard. So we're going to look at the inside of this case. Again, we're looking at this from a modding point of view, and this is going to be a relatively short video because I'm not going to sit here and nitpick about everything. But you have your drive bays, everything close enough toward the front. You have plenty of area for your motherboard. You obviously get all your nice little goodies that come with it. Your instruction booklet, your grommets that are not on the case. But again, if we're looking at this from a modder's point of view, we're looking at this as what can I do, you know, to make this case my own. And there is 4 holes I'm noticing drilled in here for the case feet, which may or may not come in here because I'm not reading the book. Anyway, you can have this raised up by case feet or everything. There is actually room underneath of here for some other goodies. And I really wanted to show this off. Let's flip this guy out. How cool. You see these 2 areas right here and these 2 areas right here. Now, if I'm going to think like a modder, I'm going to think bottom placed radiator. And I'm thinking you have plenty of room plus areas for feet to make this up a little bit higher if you want to do. As you see, there's already case feet here, but they added these extra little screw holes in here. You know, whatever they're for, I don't know.
Is this like a pre-built internal and then they added this? Maybe they bought the metal, someone already designed it and they just kind of added on?
You know what, I don't know, so I'm not going to take any kind of pot shots at that, but I know people like to do bottom placed radiators.
Could you fit fans on this side, do you think?
You could, but the power supply is gonna go right here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay.
you know, the first thing you're gonna think, this is pre-made. Power supply is gonna go up to about right here. There is slots for a fan, to go in here, so you could easily put a 120mm RX or something else that's thicker.
And that's a good place if you're doing the 620 mod on your graphics card. It's a perfect place to put that radiator from that Antec or whatever all-in-one you're using.
Absolutely. So we're gonna rip off this front door like I did yesterday. Ha! There's this this whole case screams radiator placement, because you can literally put something anywhere you please. Let's see if I can get this front piece off the right way. Oh, you're not gonna. Oh.
Like you said, he didn't read the instruction manual.
Oh, sideways! Perfect radiator placement. Right up against in here. We'd have to get rid of some bays to do so, but you have plenty of airflow. You have so many options in this case, it is absolutely ridiculous. You can do anything you want to this thing. And, you know, again, this is not a case review. I'm not going over the options on this case, on what are the little features here and there. This is from a modder standpoint. There are so many options to chop up and make this thing into exactly what you want. It's incredible. BitPhoenix has went an extra step when they made this case. And I don't think maybe they even realized. They went for something that was compact and ran cool and didn't make much noise. But I don't think they realized that they literally made one of the most perfect canvases to start and create a mod with. And you don't have to have a gigantic case to have a nice water cooling loop. What you need to have is a case that's set up and ready for it. And this is one of those cases. One other thing I did want to show you before I close this session is that they have these little channel grooves in here. And they have the channel groove right here. This is up high enough so that their BitPhoenix Alchemy LED strips fit right in here, and it gives you a little bit of underglow. And I thought that was pretty neat, because people like to put so many different LEDs in their case. I mean, it's kind of like ricing out your computer, and it's really distasteful. But if you put a nice accent in there and you put a little bit of light.
And if you go to BitPhoenix's website, they have examples of a bunch of different colors, so we don't have the LED strips here, but you can definitely check them out online.
Actually, that's a lie. I just did a review on them.
Oh, really?
A little bit ago. You cleaned up the place. Where did you put them?
There's maybe a lighting stuff drawer.
There's a lot of stuff in my drawer.
No.
You can actually follow me.
All right.
Maybe we'll find it here somewhere.
Little sneak peek at the Lutro Customs office. It's in.
Are you singing into the camera?
Oh, sorry. I'm zoning out. It's down there in the middle one in the black.
We're gonna grab a couple different kinds here. He's gonna be like, dude, you're supposed to support my crap. Yeah, as you can see, there's lots of stuff everywhere, so we're not going to feature that. I'll make a video on that one of these days and show you everything, but they're going to be like, those guys don't believe in shoes. Alright, LED strip from BitPhoenix. Fits perfect. Right underneath.
Perfect, wow.
And I will say for BitPhoenix that the colors on these strips that they did match perfectly. I mean, when you get LED strips from different places and a bunch of Chinese manufacturers and whatnot, the SMDs that they use in them are kind of off color. Sometimes you get a soft white, sometimes you get a soft red and whatnot. but they are a bright, true to their color strips. And if you guys check out my previous review that I did on them, you'll be able to see that. But you'll also be able to notice, and this is where Jackie's gonna get angry at me, is you can purchase cheap, smell like butt.
You looked at me weird when I was sniffing the case when it came out.
He did sniff a case sniffer.
You
You can get these cheap strips off of eBay that fit in here, but they are not going to be as nice as the Bait Phoenix ones, and I'm going to be entirely honest with you, and you're going to have to do a little bit of your own wiring. But they are of the same essence, but they are not going to be as bright because these are just LED strips that smell like butt. You can also go get Gigantic. Actually, I haven't taken this out of the packaging and checked it out yet, because this was supposed to be for the Aspros mod. And this is one gigantic reel of SMD lights. But, as you can see, any kind of SMD strip will fit down here. Please use lighting your case tastefully. Don't be a jerk and make it look ugly.
But it's cool if you put as many neon colors as you can, right?
Yes, multicolor it. I mean, if
green, blue, throw all
multicolored fans, you know, put 1,000 cold cathodes if you can in there.
Yeah, those are.
And make them visible so
those
you
are
can
hip.
see them. Oh, absolutely.
And like highlight the light blue converter box. That would be a real nice touch.
Yes, put that right in the front so people can see it.
Wow.
So we're gonna pop this case together real quick, and we're just gonna do a quick overview of what it looks like.
And just this one, does it come with one fan? That's it?
Comes with 2 fans, one in the back, one in the front.
Oh yeah, we got the front one there.
You were trying to be a case review
Trying
guy
to shortchange Bit Phoenix, but...
Oh, no, I'm not. I exactly told them, actually I told Jackie that he is a man. When I was going to do this review, I told him this is not going to be a case mod review. Or this isn't going to be a review in the tense of I'm not going to show off all your features, but people need to know how clean of a canvas this is for modding, because it's just perfect. The only thing that really annoys me is, of course, the acoustic foam on the sides, because that's going to annoy everybody. But any true modder will work as hard as he can to get past adversity and really make something nice out of this. And I'll be honest with you, I actually plan on, after I get through the 500 mods that I'm currently working on right now,
in the next 10 years.
In the next 10 years,
mod
when the Aspros mod is finally finished, everybody's going like,
yeah, right.
We'll just do a quick 360 of this case. I'll have him do that. But I mean, let's just be honest. It's perfect for modding. You guys get to see a little bit of the gigantic mess I got going on here, and as we've been getting the Luther Custom Store going. But it's an awesome case. Everything, it doesn't have the touch feel that you're used to in a lot of the Bit Phoenix cases, but that's a good thing because that's hard to replicate when you're case modding and cutting something. This is just your natural finish. What they did do though is they have this plastic, as you noticed, that I can't remember the name about it though, but they came out with this plastic that looks like the powder coated metal. It doesn't look like plastic, but it sure is. Not like you're going to be able to tell knocking it, retard. So the whole case fits together, looks solid. I mean, you're just not going to find anything else that's more of a blank canvas for you to do whatever the heck you want with. So that will be it for this look into a modder's mind, or I don't know
what is
you're
this,
gonna
Star
call
Trek?
it.
One more
Star
thing I
Trek.
want to look at. How much space is behind the motherboard? Did you check that out at all?
How much space is behind the motherboard? Sleeping people unite. There is a buttload of space. There is a Lutro's fat Vienna sausage knuckle space.
Give it the Vienna sausage test.
Behind the motherboard tray. So you have plenty of room for cable management. You can
And
do
some
anything you
cases
want.
have the big. They have a lot of room behind the motherboard, but then they have the big jut out here. But this looks like a pretty respectable amount still, even at the end of this tray.
Vienna sausage test. A little pinched out, but we're still a sausage.
And a lot of nice grommets here. Obviously, that's kind of the mainstay of cases nowadays. But and do these just slide out, these drive cages?
Yes,
or,
they're individual toolless drives, and they came in the package. I didn't really want to try to get into all that because we could, sit here for an hour and go over all the little features of the case.
Yeah.
I do not intend on getting into case reviews, but again, like I said, there's a few cases out there that when I see them, they just need to be shared because you can make anything you want out of this. It's just perfect for modding. I mean, let's just go with that. It's very sturdy. It is not a cheap case whatsoever. It is light, well, relatively, I guess, depending on how strong you are, but it is solid. I in no way feel like the table feels cheap compared to this. It's very sturdy. You can cut tons of holes in here and you wouldn't be, losing anything. I give it a thumbs up. It gets the Lutro approval. Make something special. Make something neat and fun for yourself. Don't go with a case that already has a ton of gimmicks or whatnot. Start with something fresh. Let your mind have a vision. Don't cut a hole in a case and call yourself a case modder. Or buy a bunch of pre-made stuff from a bunch of other people and say that you've done something. Sit down, make a plan, do a bunch of drawings, and do your own case mod. This is a full blank canvas for you to do whatever you want with.
That's exciting about this case is since it's brand new, no one's had their take on it yet. So, I mean, when does it come out? Do we know?
Oh, it's out already.
It's out right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's on their site, so you can check it out.
Shows how much I know, but yeah, I mean, some cases, the 800D pops in my head, but honestly, everyone's had their way with that case, so this is a good opportunity.
Why do you put stuff in sexual terms?
I don't know.
What did you say earlier to me? This is the first time.
Tandem.
Tandem.
Yep.
Just a big pervert.
It's
Anyway,
true.
what were you gonna say?
I don't know. Now we got on the off-track sex train. I guess I forgot what I was gonna say.
So buy this case if you're wanting a good case to mod. That is all that we have for you today.
What's the MSRP? Do we know?
We don't. Again, I did not go that detailed. I did not figure out any details.
This is freestyling if you can't tell. No, we didn't read the manual. No, we didn't plan ahead. We just spontaneously made this review. So
the whole reason I even did this review, and I told Jackie at BitPhoenix that is because I want this case to get known. It's a blank canvas. You need to do something with it. Now, go buy. Now, I don't think it's I think it's a very cheap case for all the features that come with it, but I think it's a very needed and necessary case to buy if you're going to want to start on a mod. And you bring up a good point. There's a lot of cases out there that everybody in your perverted mind has said has their way with. But this is a brand new one on the street. Have fun with it. Be an individual. Be somebody that does something on their own and make a mod out of this case. Because there's so many other cases that people have already worked with. This is great for both enthusiasts, non-enthusiasts, and everybody in between. Go ahead and have fun, and I think that's all I have to say on this. Do you have anything to add?
I don't think so. And we looked at it from a modder point of view, but it is built for silence. So if you are looking for a quiet case, although that's not maybe what Lutro and I have in mind, but it does have the sound foam built in, and these vents here on the side really cut down on the fan noise. So this is definitely a dual purpose case. So
yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the Lutro Custom Shop that he shamelessly plugged a couple times into here, make sure to send me an email or send me a message on Facebook if you have any questions about the case. Don't ask me. Go to BitPhoenix. They will answer all your questions.
Or better yet, get one yourself and find out those things.
Figure it out yourself. Expensive question answering. But But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for following, guys. I always appreciate the loyal following that I have on YouTube and everywhere else. And yeah, thanks. You guys have a good day.
All right, see you on the forums, guys.